Ciao friends! Andrea and I have been on the road visiting the east coast of Sicily. We started in Catania and drove up to Taormina, and we are now going south to Ortigia in Siracusa. If you missed the previous episodes, we'll link them here so you can catch up. This episode will be full of good food, sights, sunsets, and so much more, so please stay tuned. We're arriving to Siracusa, where we're gonna be for a few days, and then that's gonna be our base to visit some places in the southeast. Siracusa is a bustling city of over 125,000 inhabitants located on the east coast of Sicily beside the Ionian Sea. This 2,700-year-old city was founded by ancient Greeks and was a major power of the Mediterranean world in ancient times. It's known for its rich Greek and Roman history, culture, architecture, and as the birthplace of the famous mathematician and engineer Archimedes. Described by Cicero as the greatest Greek city and the most beautiful of them all, it later became part of the Roman Republic and the Byzantine Empire, and served as the capital of the Byzantine Empire under Emperor Constans II in the 7th century. Since 2005, the entire city has been listed as a World Heritage Site by UNESCO for its monuments and archaeological sites that are the finest examples of outstanding Greek, Roman, and Baroque architectural creations.
Scendendo da quelle scale bianche, si arriva alla spiaggia Rossa.
We stayed in Ortigia, which is a small island and the historic center of Siracusa, also known as Città Vecchia or Old City, because many historical landmarks are located there. We will use Ortigia as our base to visit small towns like Noto and Merzamemi. Just exploring a little bit in Siracusa because we were too tired today to do anything, but of course we're always restless. So now we came to the Piazza Duomo, which is the main piazza, and the light is so nice, and I think we're gonna go do a sunset if we are done here.
One of the main attractions of Piazza Duomo is the Duomo Cathedral of Siracusa. It was built by Bishop Zosimo in the 7th century over the Great Temple of Athena from the 5th century BC. This was a Doric building with columns that are still incorporated into the walls of the cathedral, and they can be seen inside and out. The interior of the church has a nave and 2 aisles. The roof of the nave is from Norman times, as well as the mosaics in the apsis. The facade was rebuilt by architect Andrea Palma in the 18th century in the high Sicilian Baroque style. The building was converted into a mosque in 878, then converted back when Norman Roger I of Sicily retook the city in 1085. As of 2015, the cathedral holds a number of relics of Saint Lucy, the patroness of the city, including a number of bone fragments, a robe, a veil, and a pair of shoes. Twice a year, on the first Sunday in May and on December 13th, her feast day, a statue of St. Lucy by sculptor Pietro Rizzo is brought out of the cathedral and paraded through the streets. The silver statue incorporates 3 fragments of her ribs within its chest.
We came to see the fountain of Arethusa, which is one of the most famous fountains. But this fountain in the middle of the city, right by the sea, is sweet water, and there are fishes and ducks in there, and papyrus. In fact, they do a lot of art on papyrus here in Syracuse. So it's so exciting to see this. The Fountain of Arethusa is a natural spring located close to the Ionian Sea. According to Greek mythology, this freshwater fountain is the place where the nymph Arethusa, the patron figure of ancient Siracusa, returned to Earth's surface after escaping from her undersea home in Arcadia. The fountain is mentioned in many works of literature by writers who would have known about the fountain from references in ancient Roman and Greek sources. The Fountain of Arethusa is one of 3 places in Europe where papyrus grows. Currently, the fountain is one of the most visited sites in Siracusa. And this is the golden hour, so we're going to continue on to get some sunset somewhere. We are in this place called Muddica, and we came here for happy hour and to see the sunset. There is a gorgeous view, and we ordered fried seafood because it looks amazing, and in this heat with Aperol Spritz is the perfect thing.
Yeah, this is the stretch full of places where you can do happy hour by Fontana Arethusa and Castello Maniace. It looks like at this time of the day everybody's out for a stroll, la passeggiata, which is something that in Italy we're very fond of.
You know, just an excuse to like go out of the house and take some nice fresh air. Cheers, guys. By the way, this is so good. Like, it's a lot of like small shrimps, and you can just eat it like this without peeling it because it is so crunchy. Look at this fish. We're gonna show you the sunset. It's the thing that has been written in, I'm sure, in Greek mythology, because the city used to be Greek. There is a lot of the influence also here that you see.
So, you know, we had to stop at Pasticceria Artale, one of the most famous of Siracusa. The owner showed us how the cannoli is made. It's so beautiful to see how they are into their food and they're proud of their traditions. Buongiorno. Senta signora, ci hanno detto che siete famosissimi per i cannoli.
Diciamo che noi facciamo un cannolo artigianale e onesto. Perché è onesto? Perché viene riempito al momento ed è fatto, a differenza di altri gusti, con la ricotta di mucca.
Ah, come si chiama?
Io? Alessio.
Alessio, grazie per il cannolo Alessio.
Questo lo metti qua. Diciamo che la nostra pasticceria nasce sull'impronta di ciò che era la pasticceria di nostro padre. E adesso la gestiamo io e i miei fratelli Alessio e Andrea, e il nostro punto forza è quello di avere tramandato la tradizione della pasticceria senza aver mai cambiato una virgola alle ricette originali, che erano peraltro appartenute al nonno di mio padre. A Siracusa è tradizione avere la ricotta di mucca, che risulta un tantino più delicata rispetto a quella di pecora, che è della zona del palermitano, e viene dolcificata col minimo quantitativo possibile di zucchero. Questo è il motivo per cui il nostro cannolo ha certe proporzioni un po' più diciamo grandi rispetto a quello di altre zone.
This is humongous. It's so heavy. It must be like 300 grams. It looks so fluffy and airy, the ricotta. So good. So creamy inside and so crunchy on the outside, and the lady was right, it's actually a little bit less sweet, which is nice because sometimes you know, the cannoli can be overly sweet for some tastes. I like, frankly, cannoli in every kind of shape and form. This is really good. The Fountain of Diana is located in the 19th century Archimedes Square. Sculptor Giulio Muschetti built the fountain in 1906-1907 using reinforced concrete. The fountain depicts the figure of Diana, the Roman goddess of wild animals and the hunt, also identified with the Greek goddess Artemis. Diana was the protector of Ortigia in ancient times. The sculpture holds a bow and is accompanied by a dog, which are attributes of the goddess. At her feet there is Arethusa, the nymph who, according to legend, fled from her home in Arcadia after Alpheus fell in love with her and was transformed into a freshwater fountain on the island of Ortigia.
We came to Mercato d'Ortigia this morning, and it's a very nice market that has all kinds of stuff like fish, food. You can get like some seafood and sit down and have a drink, and there are many restaurants in there. There's also a place like Salumeria where you can get cold cuts and cheese and wine and spend a lot of time there. It's also very characteristic because you see the vendors shouting the stuff that they're selling and stuff like that. So it's definitely a place to check out.
There are so many typical products for the region, of course, like any good market. Here we have capers, different type of capers. Look at this one, how big that is. These are crushed sun-dried tomatoes with capers. And this one right here is tomato concentrate, tomato paste. It's like a mountain of it. So gorgeous. A lot of candied fruit, which is something that people from here are very fond of. Pistachio, nuts, and of course, so many spices. Let's not forget that so many different people came through this land, through this island, including Arabs, and you can see that there is definitely some spice that they brought with them.
Salve! Che vuoi fare?
Okay.
Facciamo gamberone e ostriche. These are my oysters. I'm not a very elegant eater, but I'm gonna try to eat this. This is, of course, very salty, but there is a very sweet finish that I love. It's so huge and it's so good to have as the first meal of your day. When you order oysters, they give you a free glass of wine.
Wow, this prawn is really humongous. And a bit pricey. Wow, it's so sweet and creamy. And it's really nice.
Quelli là che lei avanza lo tieni tiro a te. Con un euro si passa un bel piacere.
Grazie.
Prego. Un chilo di fragole, €1.
So the vendors calling out the products, that marketing strategy really worked, because here I am with 1 kilogram of strawberries. I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna eat them through the day.
On the other side of the fish market, you will find the Temple of Apollo, one of the most important ancient Greek monuments of Magna Graecia. The temple is from the 6th century BC and is one of the most ancient Doric temples in Sicily. It went through several transformations throughout the centuries. It was closed during the persecution of pagans in the late Roman Empire. It then became a Byzantine church, a mosque, a private home, then again a church and a Spanish barrack. It was severely damaged when it was rediscovered around 1890 inside the barracks and was entirely excavated by the archaeologist Paolo Orsi. So we came to this place called Mokrito to have happy hour because we've been passing by and there's this large, like fried seafood and I don't know, fries and things like that on a huge board. Like it looks like a charcuterie board. And it's impossible to not want to try that, and it's always busy. So I'm sure this is going to be good. We're going to show you all the food, and I'm pretty sure we're going to enjoy eating it. So although we showed you like the big board, of course we cannot eat that in two. So we ordered a mini version of that, a coco, some shrimps, calamari, and I don't know what else because I haven't gotten all the way inside, but we're gonna have this and then some pasta. And it's a beautiful place, as you can see by the sea. I had the shrimp, it's so good. To me, I like the butter, it's very crispy, but it's not really hot, no, it's kind of cold.
Oh, you would expect it to be like
warm.
Super, yeah. I see what you mean.
But it's still good.
Hey, if anything, you can eat it right away.
You can eat it right away. But you know me, I like my food scorching hot. But it's really good. I know that they're very busy, so it could be the reason, no?
No, seriously, being here right now makes me feel like we are truly connecting with the city. It's so noisy, so loud, everybody's running. I feel somewhat like hectic, and then I realize I'm on vacation. There is nothing to worry about. Here is the solution to every problem. Here we have pasta with pistachio pesto and gambaretti cream with stracciatella, which is similar to burrata, so kind of a very soft mozzarella, spreadable in a sense, and even somewhat liquidy. It smells so good. Wow. Oh my god. So nutty, umami. I mean, the combination of pistachio with gambaretti, meaning the shrimps, is just perfect. There is something that goes so well together. And then if to that you add a little piece of stracciatella, that's it. That's the recipe for happiness.
So I got pasta alla norma, which is a typical pasta from Sicily. And if you are here, of course, you have to try it. It's eggplant ricotta salata pasta with tomato sauce base. And I love this presentation. It's so cool, and it keeps the whole food also very warm. I didn't expect this abundant quantity. I mean portion, but you know, it's Sicilian, isn't it? After blowing for a few seconds, I can dare to try it. It's very delicate. It's almost like what we used to having like as a tomato sauce, but then there's the ricotta salata that gives this like salty kick, and also the fried eggplant. So you guys, we're done with dinner, and we didn't order the big board because we're only two, but if you are in a group, I think it's just an amazing thing to try, even at the aperitivo, but people seem to have it at dinner as well. And we ordered some pastas as well there because we didn't want to go to another place. But I mean, it's good. The pasta is good. I wouldn't necessarily say that that's the destination for pasta. Maybe it is for, you know, that board that they have, and they went viral on TikTok, I believe. So, and it's pretty good. We had a smaller version of that, and it was really good. So now we stopped in this alley. We always go up and down in this alley, going from our house to the main piazza and stuff like that. And we saw this place that sells limoncello, and both of us didn't know that limoncello is a thing in this area in Sicily, because we've been to Amalfi Coast, and you know, like there's a lot of limoncello in that area and stuff like that. So they said that we have to try the limoncello here, so here we are. So we got these two. This is with lemon, and this one is with clementine. So I'm going to try the lemon one first. It's really good. I like limoncello, so of course I love that. But the lemons here are very aromatic. It's not very tart. It's like, there's almost this perfume. And I think we said that every time that there was lemon in our, in our food as well. And it's like almost like yuzu in Japan, or in Ethiopia also we have this. And it's like a cross between lemon and orange, I think. It's not very like strong and tart, and I love that. Now this is the clementine one. Wow. Wow. Nice. Well, I love it.
Okay,
it's so good. It's like clementine on steroid. No?
From the moment you start sipping the drink, you're hit by the smell of clementine. It's really intense and flavorful. It's so good.
It's not just alcohol that you feel. You actually taste the fruit. And in this region, they're very, very proud of the fruits because they're by the Etna, and it's a double-edged sword because like they have all kind of disasters that happen throughout the years, with the Etna being here, but also the minerals and stuff that come from the volcano make the soil very, very rich. So the fruits and vegetables that are cultivated here are really, really tasty. So you can really tell that, it's intense. This flavor is intense, and it's not like chemical flavors, actual fruit. Now, of course, you guessed it, Andrea got a dessert.
So I got this beautiful cannolo. It has a crust made of pistachio. It's like pistachio everywhere, and I think there is also some chocolate. Without further ado, I just have to bite into it as I lose pieces of pistachio here. Wow. Okay, this is delicious. It's really crunchy because it was made on the spot. They piped the ricotta cheese inside of the crunchy crust on the spot, and that's the best sign because if you buy a cannolo that is already pre-made, most likely the crust might be soggy and it's not the same experience. Playing tourists a little bit. We walked around and stopped now in Piazza Duomo by Bar Condorelli. Condorelli is a really famous brand specialized in Sicilian sweets. I remember countless evenings in Christmas, Easter and other festivities and other holidays eating Condorelli, torrone and other sweets. And we stopped by here for the granita. They said that they use the same almond that they use for the torrone. We tasted it and it's insanely good. Of course we had to order also the brioche to eat the granita, and the added bonus is that this is really, really steaming hot. It's fantastic. One granita was not enough. We had to have another one, and we chose pistachio. They said that this is kind of their green gold because the pistachio tree only blossom every 2 years.
They have this old contract with this purveyor, so they can get like the best pistachio. So of course we had to try it. Oh my god, like the best pistachio granita I've had. It's a very distinct like taste, even a little bit smoky. It reminds me of tea a little bit, I don't know why.
The taste of this granita is insane. It's so umami, nutty, smoky, sweet, even a little bit with hints of green tea.
You know, sometimes we are both very biased about going to eat or drink in a piazza because we tend to associate that with a place that's like not very authentic or touristy and stuff like that, and it's not always the case, especially not in this part of Italy, because like we're gonna go to dinner tonight, for instance, and it's in the square, and that's one of the places that we've researched a lot, and it's very authentic, and it happens to be in the square, so it's even better because you have a best view and you're gonna eat well and you're not overcharged for what you're consuming, which is great. A great gift to bring back are the famous teste di moro, which are ceramic planters you see on balconies in Sicily. They are tied to a myth involving a lady that decapitated her lover's head. This shop that we saw, Ceramiche Artistiche, has artisanal hand-painted ones that are absolutely gorgeous. A dish you must try in Sicily is arancini. They are fried rice balls filled with different fillings like ragu alla norma, and some places also have non-traditional ones. They are really delicious street food. Okay, let's see. I think this is the classic one. Oh no, it's not. Wow.
This looks like walnuts and gorgonzola cheese.
Oh, you got that one?
Yes.
Oh wow, it's really good. It's a different kind of taste, huh? You have to like blue cheese. But I love it. It's so good, so creamy. Look at this beauty. I think they do it like this so that they know what flavor is inside, right? When they fry it.
Yeah.
Because this is another cone shape. Oh yeah, this is the classic. This is my favorite. Look at that. It's really good.
Nero di seppia, squid ink. I'm gonna have a very beautiful smile after eating this. I love it. It's so fishy. You really feel like you're eating the sea in this arancino. Another classic, arancino alla norma. Alla norma is a type of pasta that we do here in Sicily with eggplants, with salt and ricotta. Well, I'm gonna try how it tastes in the arancina. It's really nice. It's really sweet with eggplants and tomato sauce, and a little kick with the salt and ricotta.
All right, you guys, we're coming at you again from the car. We just finished our stay in Siracusa. It was crazy. We did so much in so little time, and we also managed to see some small towns like Marzamemi and Noto, which is amazing, and I'm sure you would love seeing that. We had such a great experience also here. Sicily is blowing our minds everywhere we go, especially because of the people, and of course mainly because of the food and the scenery. It's really heaven, and I see why a lot of people come here for vacation for the first time in Italy, and I just absolutely love it. We both were very positively surprised to find such welcoming people here, and it made our stay even that much more enjoyable. So now we're running to the airport, and we take a 30-minute flight to go to Lampedusa, which is amazing, and we're gonna be there a week. So we're gonna document a lot of stuff for you, a lot of good food. There's the beach there that was voted one of the top beaches in Europe some years ago, so that made the destination very famous. So we are gonna talk to you from Lampedusa.